So I was in the gym this week training and I overheard a conversation between a personal trainer and a client. And it went something like this. Yeah, my bloody manager's called another meeting today. We had one yesterday, we had one the day before, we had one the day before. This is the 4th day of meetings. And I hate them. Do your people think the same thing? Are your people thinking exactly the same thing around your meetings? Today, in JT in the Raw, show 154, I'm going to share with you some powerful insights, 5 of them, to run meetings so that people want to be at them. 5 so that people want to be at your meetings. Good morning, welcome to JT in the Raw, straight out of the gym, sweating still, so a little bit of sweat coming off me. Whew. But this morning, I really want to share some insights with you around running meetings so that they're productive, they're powerful, and they're profound. Big shout out first of all to you, Shane Casey, who's watching this morning, to Shane and to Kelly, Jackie, and all the team at Anytime Fitness Narrabeen. Congratulations on your award this week. Community awards are really powerful awards and important awards that we win as businesses. Whatever business we're in, when we win an award that recognises our contribution to the community, it's a very special award. So congratulations to the Anytime Fitness Narrabeen team on winning that community award. Big shout out to Fiona and all the team at YMCA Victoria. They hosted me this week to come down and run like an innovation session for them. It was a 3-hour session where we sat down and we talked about what the YMCA in Victoria might look like from 2020 and beyond. We covered so many different aspects of a business. It was exciting. It was innovative, it was creative, and I really appreciate the opportunity, Fiona and Wade, for inviting me down and working with the team. It was awesome. And finally, a big shout out this week has to go to my team, particularly Alicia, who is working her little butt off at the moment. We are head down, bum up, for the Fitness Industry Technology Summit, which is only 2 weeks away. And the sales close next Friday. So if you haven't booked your ticket, get onto it fast. So, I know when I used to have my business, and I would want to have an all-staff meeting, an all-team meeting, I'd want to have that like once a month. And so when I would talk to the team about having these meetings, what would happen? There'd be one of 2 responses. You could probably guess which had the more. So when we'd said, we've got a meeting coming up next Wednesday, one response was, oh, shit, another meeting. The other response could have been, yes, we've got another meeting. Which one do you think it was? And what is it in your business? When you say you've got a meeting, whether it's a one-on-one meeting, whether it's a full group meeting, or whether it is just a department meeting, what is the immediate response? Is the response something along the lines of, oh shit, we've got a meeting, or yeah, we got a meeting? There's only one person who determines that response, and it's you. It's the person that calls the meeting. It's the person that says, this is when we've got a meeting, this is the topic. So today, I want us to cover 5 aspects so that your team walk away when you tell them there's a meeting that they're like, yeah, we got a meeting, yes! And they can hardly wait for the meeting. And one of the first steps, which is not one of the 5 steps, but one of the first steps I want you to think about is this. Your meeting should be like, so you want to turn your meeting into like a feature film. So if you know, you've read the reviews, you go, wow, that's a great movie. I really want to watch that movie because the reviews are great. That's what you want. The reviews from the team, the people in the team, the reviews are so positive that they want to be part of that meeting. That's your job. Morning, Timmy K. I'm heading to Canberra, mate. I might even try to get to your gym tomorrow morning for a workout, Timmy K. How's the promo going? All right. So here are the 5 tips. The first one is this. Every meeting requires an agenda. Every meeting requires an agenda. Now, I'm a big fan of getting that agenda out early so people can come to that meeting prepared. So they can come to the meeting looking over the agenda, looking over any reports that are with the agenda. That is what we want. So the first step is an agenda, and distributed that agenda in advance. Because one of the things that I often see happen in meetings is that we know we've got a meeting coming up. Yes, I've just been to the gym, so that's why I'm sweating, ladies and gents. We know we've got a meeting coming up, so we start our prep, and we start our prep for the meeting 5 minutes before the meeting actually starts. And that's not good enough. Because when we only start the prep for a meeting 5 minutes in advance, what that means is quite simply, you're only going to see results for 5 minutes. The more you prep, the better the results are going to be. The more you prep, the better results are going to be. So the agenda is number 1. Number 2, for all meetings, you need to start on time. Regardless of who is there, you need to start on time. And you build that into the culture of the organisation. So this week when I was down in the YMCA, we actually started the meeting 3 minutes early because everybody was there. Everybody knew that they have to be at this meeting on time. I've had 3 other meetings this week and doing team trainings and working with people, and we've had to start late because people haven't been there. People have not been there. So here's a little tip for you. Just a little tip. First one is this. Close the door. Close the door when you're about to start your meeting. Close the door when you're about to start the meeting. It's really simple. Once the door is closed, you cannot join the meeting. You can't join it. So you're either there on time or early, because if you're there late, the meeting will not let you in. And this is really important, because what happens is if we wait for people, they get there 3 minutes late, they get there 4 minutes late, they get there 5 minutes late. Then the next meeting, they know, we never start on time, I can get there 5 minutes late. And the meeting starts at 7 minutes late. And before you know it, your 10 o'clock meeting starting at 10:15. Your meeting started at 10. Shut the door. Shut the door. If you like the idea of shutting the door before your meeting and not letting anybody in, give me a love heart right now. Morning, Dory. How are you? Where are you, Dory? You're at a conference yesterday. Where are you today? All right. Number 3. My first agenda item that I always like to have in a big meeting is open mic. Open mic. So what that means is this. I want to know from the team, the people that are in the meeting, what do they want to talk about? What do they want to talk about in the meeting? What happens with the psychology of people in meetings is this. We got a meeting and I am sure as hell going to tell them what I think. And so generally, that's in general business at the end of the meeting. So for the whole meeting, you've got someone in that room sitting there going, I can't wait to tell them what I think about the promotion, about the new staff member, about a member issue, about a customer service problem. And so for the whole meeting, they're actually not listening to what we're talking about. So with open mic, we reverse the agenda. So we get the general business information out first so that everybody can get out of their mind what they wanted to talk about and can then be present mentally for the remainder of the meeting. If you like that idea, give me a love heart right now. Good morning, Veronica. Good morning, Chris up there in Queensland. Open mic, important. Okay, number 4 is this. Feed them. I know that sounds kind of funny and kind of weird, but I always think an important component to every meeting is food. So I want to have within a meeting, whether it's a 30-minute meeting or whether it's a 2-hour meeting or a training session, I always want to have some sort of food in there. It could be fruit, could be sugar, whatever you think you need to keep your people alert. But I believe that you should always have some food in there and some water in there. You haven't got to have soft drinks, definitely no alcohol. No alcohol in any meeting because you know where that's going to lead. So, feed them. Part of that feeding also is prior to the meeting, no devices. No devices so that people walk into that meeting after talking to each other. So I put this on my agenda, 15 minutes before the meeting, no devices, no emails, no texts, no Instagram, no Facebook. You're coming into that meeting on time without a device. Remember, I talked about this before, the notebook. This is what you record everything in. You record your stuff in your notebook and you carry that around with you. All right, last point. In order to have a great meeting, I believe you need to have multiple methods of telling people your message. You need multiple methods of telling people your message. And that's because of this. People learn in different ways. Number one is that they learn by listening. Number two, they learn by watching. Number three, they learn by doing. Now, if you've got somebody who's a watcher or a doer, and all you do is stand at the front of your meeting and talk, they will glaze over and will not remember anything. So it's important that within our meeting, we use multiple methods of getting our message across. Multiple methods of getting our message across. So that could be a video. It could be a PowerPoint presentation. It could be a whiteboard. It could be a role play. I believe a part of understanding the message is not only the way we communicate it, but also to ask the team, give me feedback on what you just heard. Because often when we tell them something, they hear something different. Mr. Pumper, good morning. They hear something completely different. So the message that we want to do is we might say, okay, so this is how the promotion's going to work. This is how we're now going to serve a customer. Now let's go around the room. You tell me what you heard. You tell me what you need to do. You tell me what you saw me explain. Now that doesn't make sense to us, saw me explain. But for somebody who's a visual person, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. So it's important, whatever way we're trying to get our message across, we use multiple methods. Whiteboards, data projectors, or PowerPoint presentations, explanations, role play, getting the team involved. When we do that, we've got a much better way, a more concise way of getting that message across to people. Okay, Nicole, good morning. John, good morning. I think this is your first JT in the Raw live after friending me this week. How are you, John? Great to have you on board. All right, let me go through those 5 again. 5 again. Chris, over there for Ursa. How are you, mate? Good morning. Okay, here are the 5 again to make your meetings the lubricant of great communication within your organisation. Here they are. Number 1, an agenda. Sent out in advance so people can get prepared. Number 2, start the meeting on time with no devices prior to the meeting. 15 minutes before your meeting, no devices. Start the meeting on time and shut the door when the meeting starts. That's number 2. Number 3, open mic. Reverse your agenda. So agenda item number 1 is general business. Allow people to speak their minds to start the meeting so that they then become mentally present for the rest of the meeting. Number 4, feed them. Ensure there's food and water inside that meeting room. And number 5, use multiple methods to get your communication across. Remember, 3 ways people learn. They hear things, they see things, and they do things. So in our team meetings, that's what we need to be focused on. We need to be delivering different modalities for people to listen, hear, and do in order to learn whatever the message we are trying to get across. I reckon by using some of those techniques, you can make your meetings profound, productive, and powerful. Who's up for it? Give me a hands up, give me a love heart, give me a thumbs up if you are into making your meetings productive, powerful, as well as profound. Sean Lestrange's got number 1 is the agenda. Thank you, ladies and gents. Love the love coming through. What's happening this week? Oh, I've got a few big things this week. First one, I saw Ange on earlier from Fitness Australia. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live this week with Barry, the CEO of Fitness Australia. We're going to be talking about some of the things that are happening around the fitness industry in Australia. So keep your eyes peeled for where that is. Eric, I didn't even see you there. Good morning, Eric, over there in California. So jump on board. I think it's on Tuesday that I'm going to be doing that. It's pretty excited to be working with Fitness Australia and sharing some of their message across the network of their network, plus also our network. Number 2 that I'm working on this week is got final preparations for the Fitness Industry Technology Summit. This week we're going to start our communication out to everybody that's coming so that you can get organised. You can book in for your workouts so that you can get your MyZone belt that's for free, so that you know all about the sponsors and can book times to talk to them in the breaks. It's full on. We are super stoked this week to have locked in Katie Forsey from Facebook. She's the lead of health and wellness for Facebook here in Australia and New Zealand. If you haven't booked for the Fitness Industry Technology Summit, I highly recommend you get along to it. It is going to be an awesome event. It's the only one that's going to be held this year with a sole focus on technology. It'll be a ripper, so get along to that. And finally, next Friday, I'm running a netball clinic. Who would have thought? After JT and the Raw Show 155 next Friday, I am going to be running a netball clinic for 11 and 12-year-olds. So, multi-purpose. I'll tell you more about that maybe next week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you know anybody, morning Eugene, great to have you on board, and thank you, Eugene, for being a sponsor of Fitness Industry Technology Summit. I saw Mr. Pumper, William Kent, as he's known on Facebook, from Mport on earlier. Thank you for being a sponsor of the Fitness Industry Technology Summit as well. So, what's happening now? You know, someone tell me, what is the way we finish every show? We finish it with quote of the week. Here it is, quote of the week, ladies and gentlemen. When you spend 5 minutes prepping for a meeting, you will see 5 minutes of results. When you spend 5 minutes prepping for a meeting, you will see 5 minutes of results. It's directly proportional. The more time you spend over here preparing for your meeting, the more time over here you will see results. Spend an hour preparing for your meeting, and the longer you're going to see results from your meeting. So ladies and gentlemen, I implore you, I beg you, on behalf of everybody that works for you, spend time prepping for your meeting so that you have a profound meeting, so you have a meeting that leads to productivity from your team. The more time you spend prepping, the better the results will be. So if you know anybody that you think could benefit from running more productive, profound and powerful meetings, please tag them in the comments below. Just put their name below, tag them. They can watch it. They won't know which of those 5 tips you think they can improve upon. Quote of the week, spend 5 minutes prepping for a meeting and you're only going to see 5 minutes of results. Good morning, Alan Leach, there in Spain. Hope you are enjoying yourself on a wonderful holiday. Alan, thank you for your contribution to the Fitness Industry Technology Summit. That is an amazing video you have delivered. I am so grateful, and I am sure everybody that is attending the event is also grateful. Good morning, Connie. How are you? Ladies and gentlemen, that is it, coming to you live from this funky little room down here in Bowral. Today, school holidays, we're off to Canberra. As a fan band for a little holiday. So I will catch you next Friday for show 155. Catch ya on the flip side.